What's up, team? Welcome to your review for the February 2026 Bamboo test. So we're going to go over all the kickboxing combinations, all the self-defense scenarios, and this will give you the tools that you can use along with your practice sheet to be fully prepared for the test. First one is going to be a jab, cross, hook, and then various different types of low kicks. We'll talk about that. So version one is I go jab, cross, hook, and then a single kick to the leg. That's version one. Version two, we're going jab, cross, hook, double kick to the leg. I kick, put it down, kick, put it down. And then the third version is I kick him in the leg and then kick him in the head after that. So jab, cross, hook, kick to the leg, and then kick to the head right afterwards. Now, a couple things about that. When we're doing the leg kick, when it's a single, I'm going to recommend that you turn your body over into that kick. When we do that double kick, we're probably going to turn the hip a lot less. So let's run through all three versions a couple times. So again, that's jab, cross, hook, single kick. Jab, cross, hook, double kick. Jab, cross, hook, leg, and head. And that's pro combination number one. Pro combination two is definitely more of a self-defense application than it is like a sport martial arts application. So we're starting in this situation where I've got somebody who's aggressively moving toward me or who won't give me the space that I've already told them multiple times that I need. So I'm not like this, hey, let's fight. I'm trying to put my hands up like this, hey, man, I don't want to fight. I need you to back away. Let's just go our separate ways kind of a thing. So as he advances toward me, if he keeps on coming, if he doesn't back away, I'm going to front kick and push him away. Now, if he doesn't take the note and he steps in a second time, then we're going to do that roundhouse kick to the head. So a pretty simple combination. Let's watch it again. Starting, again, with my hands like, hey, I don't want to fight. Please back away. Please leave me alone. Okay, if he doesn't do that, then boom, we're going front kick to the chest and kick to the head as a follow-up. And that's pro combination number three is also another one that's a lot more related to self-defense, although it does have some sport martial arts applications as well. So the way we want to do this one for practice as well as for the performance at the belt test is the attacker is going to start with a double leg takedown. I have to build up, create space by pushing his hips away, and then we're going to talk about various targets we could attack and, of course, our technical stand-up. So if we do it a little bit slow, we both are in our guarding stance. He does his double leg takedown. Now, as soon as I can, I build my feet up to put him on his hips, and I'm going to push him away, get to my seated position. Now, for me, I want to make sure I'm always keeping my hand in this position so my elbow's near my knee, and I can keep him away. We're going to do that oblique kick toward the near knee, toward the far knee, and then the last part is I'm going to do more like not with the side of my foot or the bottom of my foot, or not with the center of the bottom of my foot. It's more like with the ball of my foot under my toes. And I'm going to try to kick up as close to chin level as I can. So I'm going to come up, front kick, and that becomes then the technical stand-up. Let's run through that a little bit faster. So again, he does his double leg takedown. I go feet on hips, push away, attack the front leg, attack the far leg, front kick to the face, and stand up in your guarding stance. And that is pro combination number three. Pro combination number four is the clinch drag. So three versions on this one. Starts with a jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. We're going to clinch right, left, right knee to the solar plexus, and then push away. That's version one. Version two, jab, cross, hook, right, left, clinch. Now my clinch drag is going to step with my left foot out, and my right foot is going to do a pretty big swinging back step to pull his head forward over his toes and off balance, and then another right knee to the solar plexus, and then clear space. Version three, same exact thing, and we're adding an elbow smash. Now I will say this. Normally, when we're not talking mitts, we're talking a person, we're going to be gripping the back of their head and then smashing their face with the elbow. On the mitts, I'm going to go from his head. He's going to pop this mitt up in this inside space so I can cup that instead. So I have something that I can hit that's not going to obviously injure my training partner. So that's version three, looks like this. So we jab, cross, hook, right, left, right knee, clinch drag, right knee again. Now again, I was clinching his head, so I switched to his mitt and elbow there. Let's run through those again. Okay, version one, jab, cross, hook, right, left, knee, push. Version two, jab, cross, hook, right, left, knee, clinch drag, knee. And then version three, jab, cross, hook, right, left, knee, clinch drag, right knee, left hand's going to clinch on the mitt instead of his head for practice, and then right elbow. And that is pro combination number four. Pro combination five is going to have a lot of elbows. It's a ton of fun. So it starts off with a cross, hook, cross is kind of the base on this one. So version one, we go cross, hook, cross, just like before, clinch, right knee, clinch on the mitt again, and then elbow, just like Pro Combo 4 ended. Okay, version 2, we do that same thing. We add an inward elbow with the other arm with no clinch. So we cross, hook, cross, clinch, right knee, right elbow, smash, and then left elbow by itself. And then version 3 is going to add a spinning back elbow. Cross, hook, cross, clinch, right knee, right elbow smash, left elbow, right spinning elbow. Let's run through all 3 of those real quick. Cross, hook, cross, clinch, knee, elbow smash. Version 2, cross, hook, cross, clinch, knee, elbow, elbow. Other side, cross, elbow, elbow, spin elbow. And that's pro combination number 5. This self-defense scenario is the 2-hand choke from the front. He does that attack from here, both hands. So I go hands up to prevent against headbutts. I step back and I clear over his arms. Outward elbow, hammer fist. That same arm does a forearm strike across his collarbone. We're going to push him back and front kick. That's my combatives. Now the clinch and strike. If he still is in the fight, I'm going to try to meet him halfway and get over the top of him where my head is higher than his head. So I'm shoot in and I pull his head down. We could do 1, could be even 2 knees. Doesn't really matter. We're going to turn his head to one side or the other. We keep it there by kind of cupping the back of his neck. And we're throwing a palm strike and an elbow. That's our clinch and strike. Now our takedown, let's come a little bit this way. I could go either way. It doesn't honestly matter which one. One arm is going to go across his neck. The other one is going to make sure that his hips can't come back. It's going to be a bit more this way. And I'm going to make sure that I really just collapse his back and keep lifting his head. And I walk in a straight line, ready? In a straight line right behind him to put him on the ground. That's our push-pull. Let's run through the whole thing again, and then we'll get to the rear sleeper choke, which is the restraint. So same attack. I'm going hands up, step back, clear, elbow, hammer fist, forearm strike, and front kick. Now, if he's still in the fight, I'm going to step in, try to get over the top of him, break his posture down. Knee or multiple knees, turn the head to the side. Palm strike, elbow strike. Now, let's say if I start to go for that push-pull takedown, but I can't get it for whatever reason. If I can't move him out of the way or move his head behind his hips, I'm going to keep moving until I'm behind him. Now, I'm trying to make this where I don't mess with my microphone, so forgive the choke if it's not perfect. So I'm going to make sure I get in this case, my right hand is going to go on my left biceps. My left hand goes on the back of his head. I get my chin forward, and then we squeeze for the tap. That's your rear sleeper choke on that scenario. So that's how we do the takedown, and that's how we do the restraint for the 2-hand choke from the front. Our next self-defense scenario is from the mount. Now, you could do this off of a takedown or off of a trip or off of a push. It doesn't really matter. We'll probably, for your testing, come up with specific ways to get there. But for the purpose of this video, we're only going to talk about what happens when you are in the bottom of the mount. So for this one, I'm going to be on the bottom. And then Coach Rayden's on top in that mount position. I want to make sure that my elbows are in his legs so I can keep him down on my hips. I'm protecting against any potential strikes. And then I'm going to, without sacrificing protection to my head, I'm going to do an elbow, one to the thigh and one to the groin. But for the sake of the mitts, we're just going to go both on the mitts. So I dropping elbow, dropping elbow. Now I have to make him put his hands on the mat. So I'm going to bump. I reach up, collect his arm, and I settle my hips back down. Now I want to make sure I trap that foot, and then I bump a second time, and I roll toward the arm that I trapped. As soon as possible, let's go a little bit this way. As soon as possible, I want to build up to good posture. He has his ankles crossed, and I don't want to be all collapsed like this. So we've got good straight posture. My knees are wide, and I'm sitting on my heels. 2 downward hammer fists. 1, 2, and an elbow to the groin. Then I go right back to hands on ribs because I need to open up his guard. So without getting my head forward of my hands, I'm going to get my knee in his tailbone, and my other knee steps back, but it stays on the floor. Still pinning the ribs. I'm going to push his knee toward the mat, and then I'm going to go with that shin staple. That's my shin over his thigh, not my shin over his shin. So right side, I'm going to staple that one down, and then I finish stepping over to the mount with the other side. Here's our third combative set. We do our downward hammer fists and our side palm strikes. So we're going to go just like this to make it easy on your wrists. So we go side palm, side palm. And then last part, for the sake of the mitts, we're just going to get them out of the way. And for that cross collar choke, I'm going to use my left hand in this case to open up his collar. My right thumb is going to come all the way through, at least to the middle, maybe even slightly past. Now my left hand, the one that opened up the collar in the beginning, it needs to follow So my hands are pretty close to each other. When I come around his head, don't change the distance between your hands. So I can't let that grip position change. My right arm comes around his neck, and I haven't let go of his collar in the slightest. My right wrist is straight, and I'm framing against his neck. Because my right knuckles are on top, my right hand's on top, I'm going to put my head by my right fist. I'm just not going to for right now. And my left hand, that's one over here on this side. Hopefully you can see my fingers wiggling. That's the one that's going to pull across for the choke. And of course, that should be with my head down, adds even more leverage to the choke. And that's your mount defense scenario. All right, so team, that is your review. Make sure you practice. We still have plenty of time. Well, it's enough time. I'll say that. It's enough time to get ready, but time is ticking, so make sure that you're practicing. Look at your practice sheets. Make sure you refer to this video a whole bunch. Any questions you have, of course, watch the video. See if you can figure it out. Come to class and ask, and make sure to put in as much time as you can. Remember, every single thing, every form, every kickboxing combination, everything requires 25 repetitions to be ready for the belt test. If you haven't filled out your sheet, if you haven't done 25 reps of everything, you shouldn't come to the test because you won't do well. So with that, now you have the tools in your hand that you can use to become successful. So with that, we'll see you on the mats.